Well, when there's an opportunity, you just believe it's always going to happen like that. Just like Philip Shaibu said, he said, we will replicate what happened in Edo across Nigeria in 2023. Well, Philip Shaibu is the deputy governor of Edo State, and he has actually up his confidence level because of what happened in Edo State. He believes that this same thing can happen in other states in Nigeria. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed and see exactly what is going to happen in Nigeria come 2023. But before then, let's see why Philip Shaibu is so confident and why he said all of this. More of this detail I'll bring to you shortly. But please, if you have not subscribed, ensure you hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you get updated anytime we drop a new video. Okay, guys, let us dive right into the details of this report as we hear what Philip Shaibu has to say, why he said that 2023 they are going to take all other states just like they did in Edo State. Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu is the Deputy Governor of Edo State. He is a man of many parts, known for his doggedness and activism. He has won the hearts of many. In a chart, he spoke on his life as a unionist, the lessons from Edo election, democracy, among others, excerpts. What informed this relationship that you built over the years with journalists? He said, as a true comrade, I sincerely believe in the idea of freedom and emancipation of the oppressed. I'm not come and read I've not come and read comrade. I'm a true Democrat, not those political leaders who use the appellation comrade to rid citizens of their freedom. I have seen in the forefront of championing the cause of freedom for our people for many years. I started unionism right from my junior days at school. So as an activist and freedom fighter, the best friend you make are people of the pen profession. So I became closer to journalists during the era of the military junta of late General Sani Abacha and others who wanted to turn themselves into lords in Nigeria by trying to perpetuate themselves into life president. You keep saying that journalists saved your life. How did it happen? He said, like I said before, my genuine leadership traits and human activism started in my days at the famous Sadwana Memorial Secondary School, Kaduna, and at the great University of Jos. Several times I ran into problems with the school authorities on account of offense committed by me in my attempts to fight injustice and man's inhumanity to man. I hated oppression. I hated injustice. So as a leader in the student union government, the body entrusted me with high-level responsibility, and as a student union government parliamentarian and NANS Zone C coordinator, I was actively involved in the emancipation of Nigerian students from the hands of military oppressors. As a young Nigerian student union leader, I was one of the very few who put their lives in danger for the enthronement of true democratic governance. In the fight for total freedom, we confronted the fascist regimes of General Ibrahim Babangida and General Sani Abacha headlong. The constant encounters with uniformed men led me to Gashua prison in Maiduguri, where I was confined to by the Abacha government goons who saw me as a threat. During the time they came to release people from the prisons, myself and some others were left. It was a journalist who wrote that there are still some people in prisons yet to be released. This was how I regained my freedom. It was due to the writing of that journalist. So from then, I made up my mind that I would always do good to journalists. Today, I'm an associate journalist, and they have become part of me. He was also asked, you fought for the enthronement of democracy in Nigeria, so what is your advice to Nigerian youth? He said, with effect from now, I want to tell our youth that our leadership starts from now. The old people cannot continue to perpetuate themselves in power. They have destroyed our country. Our grandparents repaired for us When you graduate from the university those days, companies would be looking for you with a job. But today, millions of graduates are on the streets with no hope for tomorrow. The old leaders came and carted away everything, and they still want to continue. We would not allow them. Most of us are now in the system, and we will use the system to chase them away. People cannot continue to rule us as if we are fools. We are not fools. If we don't change the government, if we don't change our mindset and know what government is all about, we would not learn. And he was asked what lessons has he learned from the last election in Edo State. He said the last election in Edo State shows that our mumu don't do. It has given birth to a new system of democracy in Nigeria. It has opened the eyes of Nigerians that it is time we free ourselves from the grip of these self-centered leaders. They brought money, used federal might, did everything to ensure they won the election. But the good people of Edo State stood their ground. Some rejected their money. Those of them who could not refuse collected the money and voted against them. That is the new Nigeria that we are talking about. What has happened in Edo State would be replicated in 2023 general election. Now look at insecurity in the country. Instead of facing governance, they are talking about 2023. We don't know who will get to 2023 or who will not. Instead of all of us to come together to see how we can salvage our country, to see how we can wiggle out of this economic quagmire, how we can build a good nation for the people, they are busy fighting for who becomes who in 2023. The most important thing is that in Edo State, we have a governor who does not think about the next election, but about the well-being of the people. That is what leadership should be. For us in Edo State, don't forget that Nigeria is our country. Edo State is our own. We have the right to do what we want to do, to change the leadership. When leadership is becoming irresponsible, we also have the will to sustain leadership, and that shows character. So what September 19 election has done for us is making us to know that our destiny is in our hands. So if we don't change and put in the right people, we will continue to lament. And I don't think any of us in Nigeria now is ready to lament again. And he was asked, have our leaders learned from the NSAS protest? He said a political leader who doesn't know what the NSAS protest was a sign for them to rethink and change. That person is not fit to be a leader. The time has come for Nigerian leaders to think. If you as a leader does not want to think and find solution to our problems, then such a leader has no business being in governance. And that was all he actually said about governance and everything. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to drop your comments and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.